shift, bass hit, neck snap, true talk, no fluff, heat rise, act up, snap tight, step clean, eyes lock, scene mean, just Jackson Guest. Feel that beat drop, chest pump, don't stop, just Jackson Guest. Here comes fire, here comes heat, no retreat, on this beat, just Jackson Guest. Boom, shakalaka, boom, 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 boom.
Mind flip, spine stiff, word cut, gift shift, talk slick, move quick, clock tick, don't blink.
Just Jackson Guest. Boom, shakalaka, boom, shakalaka, boom. Just Jackson Guest. Boom, shakalaka, boom, shakalaka, boom.
More love with backbone, more safety, full grown, more respect when it's earned, more clients return, more stacks, more flow, more peace that we grow, more health in the grind, more wealth in the mind, more cheers from the crowd, more strong women loud, more worth that you feel, more power made real.
Yeah, just Jackson Guest. Here comes fire, here comes heat, no retreat, on this beat, just Jackson Guest. Just Jackson Guest. Boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka, boom.
Boom shakalaka, boom, hey, boom, boom, boom shakalaka, boom, hey, boom, boom, boom shakalaka, boom. Boom shakalaka, boom, hey, boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka, boom, hey, boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka, boom. Boom shakalaka, boom, boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka, boom, hey, boom shakalaka, boom.
Kick bounce, hi-hat, run, shoulders roll, sun up, baseline, waistline, heat rise, no decline. Just Jackson Guest. Boom shakalaka, boom, 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 boom. More love with backbone, more sun, boom, boom, when it go, when the sun, don't run, the turn, more stacks, more flow, more blast in the turn, more just no pin, more shirt. More stacks in the crowd, more strong, more loud, more word that you feel, more power, baby.
Yeah, more drive, no style, more rise, stand tall, more force, no fear, more shit this year, yeah.
Just Jackson Guest.
Boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka.
And there you go, another Just Jackson Guest. It's a Monday. It's the last Monday in April, guys. Can you even believe it? So fast. I tell you, April has so many different causes this month that are just all near and dear to my heart. We have Autism Awareness Month. We have Sexual Assault Awareness Month. We have Second Chance Month and so many other really important things like Volunteer Appreciation Month and so much. But those are things that we should be appreciating and being aware of every single day, no matter the month, no matter the day. So I hope you are able to celebrate the way you can celebrate. I hope you can find some joy because life is tough right now. The world is hurting. We all have things going on so much. And so I hope you can spend some time with us tonight to get to know two amazing humans. And these are both ladies I have never even done a Zoom with before. I've heard them both present. I've heard them be guests on things and seen their lives, but this is an exciting opportunity for me to learn the guests while you guys are learning too. And I can't wait to bring them both on stage. They were both being so sweet in the backstage. Oh, you can go first. No, you can go first. I mean, isn't that the coolest thing? And even if you say, no, I have to go first, that's okay too. But it was so cute how they were all doing that back there. So a couple things before I bring on our first guest. And if you have a guess which one will be first tonight, feel free to put that in the comments. Is it going to be Carlease? Is it going to be Kimberly? Kimberly, Carlease. Let's see what you guys can guess. I see some great people already in the show, in the comments. I see Ariel. Thank you so much for being here. It was lovely listening to you and hearing about your son on Dr. Tanya's. Josette, so glad that you're back from your trip. Nicole, love you to death. I'm so glad to hear that you are awake. I mean, tell you, girl, it's a Monday. Christy, always in my heart so much. Melanie, thank you for being here and supporting all these beautiful women. And Boom Shakalaka Bill, oh my goodness, does he do a cool song and video or what? I appreciate you so very much. Gregory is on the second of a triple header. So We were just in Felipe and Sumana's Workplace Wellness Hour. Now it's just Jackson Guest, and then Bill will be doing a wind down night at 10 o'clock, depending on if I am still able to talk and keep my eyeballs open. We will be joining that too. So it's been a lot of Monday today. Mr. David Causey is always first in the front row, unless he has something really client work to do. Then I can't complain because he shows up and shows up. And guys, we got so much to talk about. Were you around on Saturday afternoon? Did you happen to check out Miss Carrie Connects? Did you catch her? Because I'm going to harness her a minute. Okay. She's the one with the beautiful glasses. She teaches financial literacy on Sundays. And on Saturdays, she highlights somebody every Saturday. Guess who the guest was on Saturday? Me. But guess what? Some of y'all think that I have all my stuff together all the time and I'm just on point. Guess what? On Friday, I freaked out right after 3 o'clock Eastern time when I thought the show was. I can't find the link. It's not letting me on. My device isn't working. What's going on? I kept getting this 404 link not working type of a thing. I'm like, I'm late for being a guest on Coach Carrie's show. What did I do? And she's like, Jackie, what are you talking about? It's tomorrow. I'm like, guys, sometimes we have a lot of stress. Sometimes we are so focused on our hustle. Sometimes we are so focused on trying to take care of everything that our own brains play tricks on us. And both of our ladies tonight, they can help you with some of that. Okay. I'm hoping they're not like analyzing me while I'm talking about all this, because we got executive coaching, we've got shadow work, we've got all the things neuroscience that these women just know so much about. But I tell you, they'd be exhausted if they jumped into my brain for even about 4 minutes during the workday, because it can get pretty interesting. This Wednesday, guys, does anybody remember what Wednesday is? There's 2 important things. Wednesday the 29th. Anybody want to guess? Put it in the chat if you know that. Glasses on for Carrie. You were there on Saturday, David. I appreciate you so much. Wednesday, we got 2 special things going on. At night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, mark your calendars, check out my page. It's got the event on there. Wishful Wednesday returns with Amy Kinsey and I. If you have never even heard the term Wishful Wednesday, if you're like, what the heck is a Wishful Wednesday? Back in the audio room times of LinkedIn, Damien and I did this every single month for almost 2.5 years or so. And Wishful Wednesday is an opportunity for those that may be struggling, may be excited, but needing some pep, or they want to just help their businesses grow. They want to help themselves find a job. They want to have some prayers or wishes go up for somebody that's hurting or something like that. It's a room specifically for you. Come join our stage. Come type in the comments. Send Damien a private message if you don't want people to know what your wish is connected to you about. It's a time to get those wishes and dreams out there, because when we talk about our dreams, when we actually say, this is what I deserve, this is what I want, this is what I want for somebody else, there's a really much better chance it's going to come true. And you never know who could help you. Oh my goodness, look who is in the house. I did not think he was going to be here, because I thought for sure he was going to be on an airplane. Look at this. Jason, your book. I love it. I love it so much. Guys, Transformation Kitchen Cookbook is released now. You can buy it. Please go to my post from earlier yesterday. I think it was yesterday that has the link. So you can buy it directly from Jason instead of Amazon, because he gets a little bit more money to go back to the charity, and we want that, okay? There are so many cool people in here, Jason. I only got through a couple of the names, but I see my beautiful Jane Long. I see Amber Norton. I see, oh gosh, who else did I see? Just like I was like, I didn't even know he was there. Joe Cullen. I was like, seriously. And then I didn't even notice until 2 minutes before the ladies came into the backstage. I got words from Jason. Guys, it's one thing to meet your LinkedIn connections in person. It's one thing to have a video chat, a phone call, text with them. And I have met about 270 of my LinkedIn connections in person over the past few years. But to see their written word is pretty cool. Thank you, Jason. Support Transformation Kitchen as much as you can. Buy the cookbook, share his post, anything like that, because we are talking feeding people, teaching them skills, getting them out of poverty, getting them out of the unhoused world. getting them food in their bellies. And it's a very needed thing. Guys, I'm seeing so many more people join in, and I want to keep on welcoming everybody, but we got two amazing humans. I want to get them on stage. Make sure that you are watching this show every Monday because there's so many cool humans I want to introduce you to. I forgot to tell you the other important thing that's happening on Wednesday, and it is going to be my Wishful Wednesday wish. I am getting my fingers crossed, prayers up, toes crossed, wuju, whatever you want to do. Hopefully it's my last day of testing to get the approval to donate my kidney to my friend. So fingers crossed all goes good on Wednesday. I will be kind of out of touch because I think it's 7 different tests going on Saturday or on Wednesday. And I have to do some in my hometown and then drive an hour to the other hospital to get the rest of the stuff done. So it's going to be a wild day. So when you see me at Wishful Wednesday, you're going to either see me very chill and relaxed, or I'm going to be even wound up more than I am right now. Guys, thank you for being here. I see a few names joining in that I don't know have even been here before. So that always does good for my heart because we want people that want to learn from our guests. Just Jackson Guest is here to help reduce stigma. It's helped to highlight diversity. We get people from all over the globe on the stage and in the comments, and you never know when you're going to learn from somebody else. So are you ready? Did you guys decide who is coming first? Do you think it's Kimberly? Do you think it's Carlease? Are you ready? Here comes our first guest. I think you're going to love her. Here she comes. It's Carlease.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. Who guessed Carlease? Anybody? Anybody? I don't even care if they guessed you, but you are first. And thank you for taking the time to schedule with me, my dear, because I don't think you're quite on these shows like I am, like going hour to hour. Who's talking now? Who's talking now? And look at you. You were willing to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, Jackie.
You are so welcome. So I always start every guest with the same 3 questions. It's been going on for over a year now. After that, you'll get to kind of let people know what you want to share. Talk about your podcast, talk about your special work, your business. And then if we have comments and there's enough time, I'll pull a couple of comments up and see if people can get them answered in real time. Girl, this time goes by so fast. So I want to jump right in for you. And I want to ask you to share with our audience, whether they're in person or it's going to be on the replay, share 2 things that you are proud of yourself for.
2 things I am proud of myself for is creating my businesses. I am very determined. I'm very business driven. And I do a lot of things that I didn't think that I could, that I didn't know how. So I kind of learn in the moment. Another thing that I am proud of, I would say staying sane, right? Staying sane in the midst of all the chaos. I would definitely say that. That is something that we should all strive for. And I think it's something that we all do strive for, even though we never mention it. So those are my 2 things.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much. And I heard the word businesses.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to share the name of your businesses?
Okay. So I'm kind of yes, I am really like a one-stop shop holistic practitioner. So my first business that I started was A Peace of Mind by Carlease. The second is the Chakra Box, and the Chakra Box is actually my products that aligns with my Reiki practice. And let's see, the next one is the Conscious Workplace Collective. And that one is fairly new because it's kind of going into the corporate world and helping some leaders kind of get through their stress so that they are not funneling it down to the employees. So those are the top 3 right now.
I love that. I love that so much. And the reason I love it so much is because I hear time and time again people saying, why do you do so many things? Why are you so busy? Why is your headline so long? Well, guess what? A busy, happy mind does really cool things. And when we only stay in one lane, sometimes our brain starts getting mushy because it knows what to do. So I get so excited when I hear that because I'm like, yeah, she's got so much going on. That's so good. And you have all the business stuff. You have the degrees, the titles, all these cool specialties. Mm-hmm. I mean, just doing the breath work, in the mindfulness, and helping people realign with our spirits and everything, that's no joke. It takes a lot of talent to be able to harness that energy. So no matter how cool you are and how amazing you are and intelligent you are, we're all needing to continue to grow and learn and all the things. Will you share with us something you're still learning and growing in right now?
Myself, right? So we all do. I love how you said that. Even though we have all the degrees and we have all the understandings and whatever we think that we understand, we have all these things, but learning and growth never stops. And so every day I learn more about myself, more about my limitations, the limitations I put on myself. And even more so, everything that I do is purpose driven. So when I say that I'm a holistic practitioner, that's what I am. I do the healings. I guide people into their own healing. I won't say that I'm a healer, but that is a title that my great grandmother actually put on me when I was a baby, when I was young. So she kind of she obviously knew who I was before I did. But when you learn how to continue to give yourself space to grow, you can never falter from that. And sometimes it's a rocky road, but that's one place that I refuse to fail at. So yeah.
That's good, because you're pretty important. I mean, we should be our most important person in our
Mhm.
world. Whether we have kids or partners or we're job people or not, if we don't take care of us, if we don't grow and learn more about ourselves, how can we truly give to other people in the
Yeah,
capacity we want to? I
yeah,
just love that. Here you're helping heal other people, even though you said you're not a healer, and you're still willing to learn about yourself. I love that so much.
yes,
I
yes,
love
yes, yes.
it.
Um, and I think that as long as we know that it starts with us, because yes, we are parents, daughters, and business professionals and things of that nature, but that's where that shadow work comes in too. Because if I don't do the work on myself, if I hadn't done the work on myself, I wouldn't know how to show up for others in the right way and in a way that's impactful. And so, making sure that I do the work on myself, making sure that I show up for myself, and ask myself the hard questions, is is what's going to be more beneficial for my clients that cross my path.
I love that so much. I know when I started in like social work and all the helping field, so to speak, we didn't talk about self-care. We didn't talk about getting to know ourselves other than basically deal with it, you
Yeah.
know? And so it's always been for me kind of like, oh, they got to come first. I got to take care of them. I got to make sure they're safe. And how can we truly be there like we need to be if we are not okay up here? So thank you for being willing to share that, because that's super cool.
Definitely.
So if you could travel anywhere right now, no matter if it was for work or play by yourself with a whole group of people, no cost or anything like that, where would you end up going right now?
I would be in France.
Mm. Any specific part?
Nope, any part that I can get to.
I love it. Have you
Yeah.
ever been there?
Never. Nope,
Me
I've never been to Europe. Never.
Me neither. We usually have a few UK in the house, even though it's super late there for them right now. So
Yeah,
um, I hope you get there. I really do. It
I
is
will.
something that, oh, I love that. I love that.
I
Because
definitely will.
you said it so quickly too. You're like, France. Yep.
Mhm.
It's calling your name. I can just see it on your face and everything. I think that's so cool. Well, Carlease, there's a lot of people listening right now. There's probably people that are here that are not even putting comments in because sometimes they just want to listen and digest, sometimes because they're doing seven other things while they're listening, or they're going to catch it on replay. But I don't think you know a lot of my friends that are listening and some of the newbies here. So I want to give you the stage. Talk for a few minutes about what you want them to know about you. Give them a little tease on why they might want to connect with you or follow your business page or be able to, maybe make sure that, oh, where did she go? That's a new one.
Well,
There she is.
there I am.
There you are. Okay.
Yeah, it's storming here, so it might be a little weird.
Okay. Where are you coming from, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm in Dallas.
You are in Dallas. Okay. Because we're kind of storming up here too. And I'm closer to Kimberly, but I'm like, I don't think you're as close to me. So, all right. Take it away, my friend.
Well, as Jackie said, I am Carlease Austin. I am originally from Colorado, and I'm a holistic practitioner. And so I help people with all things trauma, all things grief, all things energy. And I am really a believer of unconditioning ourselves. And so when I speak about unconditioning ourselves, I'm speaking of the shadow work and doing the work in order to really uncover who you really are, your authentic self. And I think that there's not enough of us doing the work, and not enough of us who actually kind of knows how to guide people in that process. And so I would say, if you know anyone who's going through grief, we've all gone through grief, but we all deal with it a little bit differently. But what we come to understand is that grief is, I would say, 7 times out of 10, the catalyst to actually getting us into our purpose. So if you know anyone who's dealing with grief, if you know anyone who's dealing with just a lot of trauma, childhood things that they've never been able to get through, I would say misinformation, misunderstanding of identity. Identity is another one. I am the person that they would come to, and I would say that I provide a space that is safe, that is non-judgmental, and that is a space that I can relate to pretty much anyone in and meet them where they are, because I've had my own trauma and I've had my own grief. And I believe that people are usually a product of their environment. And when we come out of our environments, where the environment then becomes our minds. And so now we are a product of our minds because this is all we know. So when we have to kind of unfold ourselves and kind of expose ourselves into what is it that I've learned that's not true about myself? You know, what is it that I have? What is it that the identity that I have adopted? And a lot of the times, it's identities and labels that are put upon us that's not true. So I am the person who you come to dig up those roots and to find out who you really are and to live authentically and function in it unapologetically. Um, let's see. So my you will see that I am a you would see that I am starting the business, the Conscious Workplace Collective. And within that, what I am doing is bringing diagnostics and neuroscience to the workplace for the directors and for the charge nurses and people of that nature. Because if they can realize how they are actually internalizing the stress and how the stress is funneling down into the employees, that can pretty much, if we can get that part under control and give them tools, that will pretty much help to alleviate a lot of the turnover, which is going to cut some costs. When we are speaking of people who are leaving out of the jobs and who are just kind of overworked because there's not enough staff, that costs money, right? And so what I'm taking my holistic practice, my holistic thoughts, my neuroscience, all the things, and I am putting it into a pilot program right now that is going to help to alleviate some of those things, help to bring some of the stressors and the way that they're responding or actually reacting to the stressors, and bringing that into a program that will help to have the employees feel seen, not just the nurses, but the techs and the people who are under them. There's a lot of stress in healthcare and a lot of stress in behavioral health. And once they come into the program, once they start the pilot and we do the diagnostic, then that's where we start the holistic approaches. That's where we start the breathing, and that's where we start the yoga, and that's where we start the training in order to be more conscious about how you are reacting, how your body is reacting, so that you can have the results that you are that you're aiming for when it comes to your workplace culture.
It's huge because I think about how many people in the medical field are busy saving lives and they don't even take time all the time to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
They don't always have time to grab their water and have a sip of water. They don't always have time to eat something for lunch, especially something healthy, because it's go, 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 crisis, crisis. And talking about kind of like stepping into it is so cool that you're able to do that. How are healthcare workers receptive to this compared to somebody that maybe isn't in the healthcare field? Are you seeing that they're more resistant or they're more open to that?
Definitely more open to it, because people are actually seeing them. When we talk about turnover and when we talk about unhealthy and unhappy employees, a lot of those people who are funneling down the stress and who are really just kind of hovering over the ones that are below, or not below them, but the ones that answer to them, so to speak, they're talking about numbers. They're talking about metrics. They're talking about all these things where it doesn't register to them that I'm talking to a human. It doesn't register to them that this person may not have eaten. This person may not. So how can I deliver this information to them in a way that I am not feeling as stressed out, that I am actually responding in direction and not reacting from direction, right? Because we always have someone who's speaking over us or over us that's, is kind of the totem pole ordeal. And so definitely very receptive. And they're really waiting for someone to bring something like this in so that they can be heard. Because people don't want to lose their jobs. They don't want to leave their jobs. They're leaving because they're stressed out. They're leaving because their jobs are making them sick. So how can we take care of the brain? How can we take care of the mind, the emotions, the physical body, so that people can actually wake up in the morning and want to come to work?
I love that so much. I want to put Jocelyn's comment up, but first I want to acknowledge Mike LeBlanc. I would love to put your comments up, but they are 70 miles long and I don't want it to pop up and cover Carlease's beautiful face. So I am reading them. I love that you're supporting other people, but I apologize not popping them up. But Jocelyn put on here that employees need psychological safety in the workplace and leadership. I guess maybe the next question to my last question is, how receptive is leadership compared to people that are frontline workers?
That's where it gets tricky, right? Because leadership, when they also have someone who's over them. But when we talk about leadership, we talk about a lot of ego. And so when we talk about, when we're talking to leaders who have the degrees and who have the status and who have the positions, it's kind of hard for them to hear that something that you're doing is not right. It's easy to see that we have people that are leaving. Oh, they're ungrateful. They're just, it's a job. You came here, you know what you're supposed to do. But no, because you're putting unnecessary pressure on them in the wrong way, and they're not receptive to that. Right. And so leadership, I think when it's framed in a way of numbers, when they can see the metrics and know that someone on the outside who can actually give you resolve, see and give you the metrics and talk to you about that, I think they're more receptive to it. Because again, losing employees costs a lot of money. Replacing employees costs a lot of money. When we're talking about training and we're talking about even recruiting. I used to do recruiting for a psychiatric and psychology office, and I tried it for them for just a moment. But when we were, I won't get specific, but recruiting costs on platforms a lot of money. And so when we're thinking about corporations and hospitals and things of that nature, it's kind of astronomical. So it's like, wouldn't you rather invest in keeping your employees? Wouldn't you rather invest in the psychological care and the emotional care of your employees versus recycling them with a lot of money that you would rather not waste?
Oh, that's powerful stuff. I have very little staff. Like, I'm a very small nonprofit, and just the work I do to try to get a new staff if somebody, leaves, or if we get more funding and get a new position. And it's like, I don't think people understand the amount of time that it takes away from other staff to train people as well. And it's like, I would much rather be sitting and being all relaxed and being able to learn and grow and all the cool stuff that you could do than be having to do a whole nother interview with somebody and then them not show up or they not look as promising on paper that they did on the camera or vice versa. And then you don't know which one is the real person. So it can be so intense. And I appreciate that you're willing to try, even when ego is there. Yeah. For a hot minute, not even a full year, I was an ER social worker, and that ego was not something I could handle. Like I couldn't handle having to get permission to even walk to the other patient by a doctor or somebody like that before. So doing that is intense. And I want to turn the question to you. And because you shared that you're still working on yourself, when you are faced with those egos, or you're faced with the, I don't need this, this isn't right for my staff, or we don't have time or money for this, how are you able to bounce back and keep asking other people or keep sharing your light with other people?
Because it's necessary. And again, because I'm working out of purpose. And I do understand that not everyone is for me, for my business, for my services, for things that I offer. And so I am a firm believer that the people who are supposed to cross my path, that I am supposed to help, I will. And I am pretty, I'm pretty, I don't know if you want to say strong-minded. I'm pretty fiery. I'm an Aries myself that has tamed herself very much. But I'm not easily intimidated. And so what happens is that as I stay calm, because I know why I'm presenting it, it's not for me, it's not for, yes, I'm a business. Yes, I want the monetary benefit out of it, but this is an ultimate benefit for a company, for individuals. And even going through the program, it's an ultimate benefit for the individual itself, right? Because you're learning things about yourself. And having to word it correctly. Basically, what I'm going to go in and do is we're going to do some shadow working on the leaders, right? We're going to do shadow working so it comes down the pipeline so that you can understand that how you are showing up and how you're projecting yourself out is hurting people. And so I accept the no's and I appreciate the yeses. And no's do not deter me. I just kind of do what I need to do.
I love that so much. And some of us can want to get in our feels, or we want to feel like, oh my gosh, they just made me feel like I'm not a good leader, or I'm not important enough, or I was doing the wrong thing. And that criticism, that's the thing. We had a couple comments about that, is we've got to get used to criticism. It's okay, as long as it's not trying to just bash you. If it's to be productive, if it's to heal you, all the things, it can be a different thing. And if somebody was asked me to know what I'm growing in and what I'm still working on, that would probably be my top thing, is that criticism thing. I'm like, do you know how hard I've been working for the last 4 hours and you just made that comment? It's like, do you even know what's been going on? So I do appreciate all you bring. I appreciate so much that you were willing to be here and to talk about shadow work, because I know when you presented at Damien and Dr. Tanya's virtual wellness experience, I was like, shadow work. I've heard that a couple different ways, so I wasn't sure where you were going with it, and you did amazing, and I love it. Yeah. Guys, you need to connect with Carlease and learn more about her businesses, see if it aligns with who you are working with or other people you know. You are going to love listening to her. Her presentation just drew us all in. We were like, I've never heard of this lady, and boom, she just dropped all this knowledge. So being on my show is just a little tease. You don't have to do too much to get people interested, and I think you definitely got people interested in. There are a couple cool questions in the chat. If you have time to get back into the chat and just kind of answer some of those, please drop all your information that you want us to know about in the chat today, tomorrow, whenever it works for you. And let me know if there's other ways I can support you. It was great to get to know you, Carlease. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, Jackie.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, wasn't she great? I love bringing people that, oh my gosh, that confidence she has, but it's not that cockiness. It's, I know this work is important, and if they're not ready to align with me, it's okay. It's okay. And that's what we need more of. And we need to see people being willing to try something new. What's something out of the box. What's something maybe you haven't thought about for your team, or to kind of try to, help people feel a little less like the weight of the world is on their shoulders all the time. And so I hope you can learn more from Carlease and check her out and all the cool things. And we're going to kind of keep on the same path, but totally different path with our next guest. And so many of you have seen her on Leslie's show. You've seen some of the things she does on her own. She does quite a bunch of cool stuff. And for some reason, her and my microphones and speakers were like button heads in the green room. We both got on and off. We both tried to play around with stuff. Poor Carlease, she sounded great, but she could hear it and it was just going back and forth. So what we're going to do is, if you guys can hear that echo, I would like somebody to put that in the comments, but you can't wait. You got to wait until she gets up here. And it was only when we were both unmuted. So if one of us was muted, it didn't echo. So if you guys hear it, I apologize. It's something, it's glitchy. It's the world. It could be the rain, all the things. However, if you don't hear it, just put don't hear it. Then we don't have to worry about it. It's just something I can deal with while she's on, because I can't wait for you to get to learn a little bit more about Kimberly and learn about her in a different way than her just dropping all the knowledge, but getting to know about her and her business. Are you guys ready for her? I'm ready for her. Here she comes. Hello, how are you?
I am doing very well, Jackie. Thank you. I'd like to tell you, thank you so much for the invitation to join you. It is an absolute pleasure to be here with you today.
I appreciate you so much. Our paths have crossed so many times in other rooms or in different comment sections even, and I'm like, why hasn't she been on my show? So thank you very much for accepting when I asked you to join us. So same thing as we did with Carlease. I'm going to ask you those 3 questions. I am hearing the echo, so I don't know if anybody else is or not. So I am going to mute myself after each time I do the question. No, go ahead and keep yours on because I'll do it real quick. But I'll mute myself in between the questions for you, okay? First question. 2 things that you are proud of yourself for.
I love this question. For me, I heard your guest talk a lot about the becoming journey, right? And what I've learned about the entrepreneurial journey, not just the becoming journey, is that it's more about who we are as a person. So actually, I'm extremely proud, and I don't know if I really resonate with the word proud, but I'm extremely proud of my 25-year marriage to my husband. And that is just, and I think that those of us that are married can say that it can be messy. It can absolutely be one big mess at times. So I would have to say that that is the first thing that I can say, absolutely. It's the foundation of my family. So I love it. And it's the foundation really of not just my family, but the work that I do with families for over 25 years. So it's just kind of taken a different turn. I think secondly, I would have to say the years of service that I have given, whether it was when I was a young child and I was serving in terms of just helping neighbors, serving my family, to then later a 25-year journey of serving children and families in a variety of different capacities, and then being out and about in my community serving others. And I think I'm not going to go into some of those stories, but that is something that just warms my heart every day. And especially as I grow more spiritually every single day. We've talked a little bit, your guest talked about that. I'm just so grateful, incredibly grateful for those years and the continued years that I get to breathe air, wake up, and serve. Speaking of serving, before you ask me the next question, my dad, we just lost my dad to pancreatic cancer. And talk about serving. I had my dad in the hospital, and then my mom in the hospital at the same time. So that serving really, and I love waking up and just asking God, who do you have and what do you have for me? Who and what? Well, what are we going to be doing today?
Oh, it is a tough road when you are a caregiver and when you have two people both having health crises and you're still trying to be the wife and be all the people and grow yourself and then have a business and do all the things. Some people don't understand just how much that can set us back and how much that can take a toll. And you did it with a smile on your face, and you did it with recognizing that you were serving and that it was something for you. So my condolences to you and your loss, and thank you for still bringing light to people and still being willing to share so much good, even when you do have grief yourself or the sadness. And if you do need a grief coach, I know this lady that was just on that talked about grief work. So I think we all need grief work some days because we don't always understand the impact it has on us, because it doesn't always happen day one, doesn't always happen day 30. It could happen 4 years later. It could happen 12 years later. So I appreciate you being willing to share that. And Kimberly, I am going to turn that table on you because you do so many things. You have a quarter-century history of marriage and working with families that need some guidance and some support. And you've got all this experience and everything. But like we talk about, we can't stop growing. We can't stop learning. So is there something you would be willing to share with us? And people did say kind of both. Some people said they couldn't hear the echo and some people said they could hear the echo. So I'm going to jump back off, take my mute back on, and then you go ahead and let us know something you're willing to share that you're growing in or learning about yourself right now.
Well, always learning, always growing. And right now, I am really exploring and deepening my spiritual roots, and really learning about myself spiritually. Again, you wake up every single day. I look out my window in my bedroom, and just the fact that I get to open my eyes and breathe clean air, it's like you're learning something every single day, whether it is spiritual, whether it is personal development, whether it is something like my husband just learned the other day about fixing the faucet. It's a variety of different things. My Tai Chi practice is a perfect example of not only learning the practice itself, but learning how to shift energy in and out of the body. I've done that with meditation many years, but Tai Chi is a different experience. It is the ability to take something that is inside your body and move it out. Take what you need and lift up the rest. So I can't pinpoint, Jackie. I wish I could. I can't pinpoint one exact thing because I get so excited about this question because I'm learning and growing every single day. And I shared with you, I just got promoted this week. I have a sword.
Seriously, guys, that was the first thing she said when she popped up in the green room. She goes, I got my sword. I'm like, could you say that again? Because I don't think you were talking about a sword, right? She's like, no, I am. It's so exciting. And I love that. Thank you for acknowledging that we're growing every minute of the day, basically, Kimberly. I am very open about my age. I have a lot of people that are like, oh, I bet you're this old or this old. My son thinks I'm 80 at least. I think for the past decade, I've been 80 in his eyes. But a lot of people are like, what, you're going to tell me how old you are? Yeah, because you know how many people have not made it to this age, how many people that would have just been so thankful to make it to this age, their families would have been thankful and they didn't have that opportunity. And so when we don't learn and when we don't grow, I almost feel like we're we're doing a disservice to the people that love us, because it is slowing our body down and our brain gets a little mushy and funky, and they don't get to see us light up like you just lit up when you were talking about Tai Chi. I mean, you were doing it also about your spirituality, but the Tai Chi and being able to get to that next level and challenging yourself, I just think it's amazing. So whether you are considering traveling anytime soon with that husband of yours for 25 years, or with a girls trip, or all by yourself, if you could pick one place right now, where is that place you're going to go to?
I would have to say Tahiti. I am one with water and the ocean. My husband and I were married in Hawaii on Maui, and we've been there so many times. I would love to go to Tahiti and just lay like a vegetable on that beach and connect with the ocean, and just there's something about water that I just melt into it. It speaks to me, and I would love to go there and do my Tai Chi.
I am going to advise to not pack the sword while you're traveling, though. Okay. I love that. I hope you get there someday for sure. I can just almost picture the pictures right now of you doing your Tai Chi on the beach and everything. That would be amazing. So I am going to turn it over to you. I'm going to do the big size picture like I did with Carlease. And if you can take a few minutes and just kind of chat a little bit about what you want people to know about you right now, how they can connect with you, when you maybe have your different events, or anything you want to share with everybody, Kimberly. And then again, when I pop up my head, it's about time to wrap up. So that way you can kind of know that it's going to be close to time. Okay. Thank you so much for being patient with this microphone issue. I'm going to go on mute right now.
Well, thank you so much again, Jackie, for allowing me to join you, to inviting me to join you. And hello, everyone. I kind of like the more human side of things. There's two things that I do. Well, I shouldn't just say there's two things that I do. Because for those of you who do not know me, I am also a very creative spirit, and I have a television show and a podcast or two as well. I'm really passionate about that. But aside from that, because that's the doing part, right? I like talking lately, because Jackie was asking about growth, about the being part. How are we spending our time being? I think that's really, really so very important. She also mentioned the fact that we only have so much time here on earth, and time is such a valuable resource. We don't know when our time is up. So I say, I'm really passionate about helping others, specifically women. I love my gentlemen. I absolutely do. I feel like the more our gentlemen in the world are learning and growing, the better fathers, grandfathers, uncles they will be, the better supports to the ladies they will be, the better and the stronger family foundations will be. But I love supporting women. I love supporting women because, first and foremost, I am a woman. And second of all, I love supporting them because we, especially in midlife, have so many competing priorities that we're balancing, so many balls that we're balancing. And we have dreams and aspirations. If we look at where we were and where we are now, we've really, really come a long way. But we really need support, because there's so many of us that are sitting in silence, not speaking up. So I'm going to tell a little story. This is a little bit different because I'm not going to talk necessarily just about my business. I want to talk about myself from the human side of me because I spent, as a content creator, I've spent many years talking and being in the doing. And this part of my life, I'm really focused on the being. So, and now I just forgot. So this is going to be fun. My goodness, Jackie. My goodness gracious.
Girl, it happens all the time.
This is the part of the being, but I love it. I love it. But I was going to go somewhere with.
I remember you wanted to show your real self instead of just focus on business.
Yeah,
Oh,
I really thank you for that. Yeah, I really do because I feel like as a leader and as developing leaders every single day, I think we have a responsibility to do that. Again, I spent so much time in the doing as a content creator, giving others and supporting others with ideas and how they can grow their businesses. Um, how I could reach out and support them and elevate them, right? I think it's important, though, as a leader, to come to a place where we're talking more about, again, who we are as humans. Are we spending enough time talking about ourselves, our families, what we're going to do to strengthen our families, how our family life is impacting us in our leadership roles, in the corporate spaces, as your guest was speaking about so eloquently? Are we talking about that? I think we need a space for that. I think we need a space to be real. And that is why, as a leader, as a leadership development specialist, I continue to create and cultivate spaces where others can be authentic. It is very important in today's world where someone doesn't have to feel self-conscious about being who they are. Again, if I'm going to bring the spiritual rooting into this conversation, then I'm going to say, God created you. Spirit, Allah, Buddha, whoever, vibration, energy, you were created by a higher power in perfection, in perfection, in 100% pure love. So why in the world would we hide that? I want everybody's candles to be burning bright. I want all families to be strong, healthy, and resonating that and growing strong, resilient, beautiful children. So that's a little bit about me. I don't want to get on the soapbox too much, but I think these things are very important. Asking ourselves this deeper question: how much of my time am I doing versus being? Are there areas in my life where I can be a better lover? A lover of life, a lover as a mother, a lover as a father, a grandfather. How can you love best? How can you love best? That is what matters. Who cares what anybody says about you? It's not your business. It's not your business. So this idea that we can't walk forward and be authentic and be okay with it and think about how our neighbor's going to judge us, or our workmate is going to judge us, or we're going to be judged in this way or that way. It's irrelevant because you were created in pure love by the ultimate creator. And with that being said, there is no judgment. There is no judgment, just love. How can you love better? How can you be a better lover every single day? We as a society have been kind of trained, if you will, to think that love is just about romantic love. It's not. It's asking ourselves this deeper question. I ask myself this, Jackie, every single day. How can I be a better lover of people? How can I love my people better? And I know when we're talking about personal development, how can I do this? How can I do this? And I know I'm always learning and I'm always growing, because if I'm on this physical earth, the story's not done. This is where our work is to be done. When we're done and we're in the box, that's a different story. Absolutely. I see these great, David says, vital points. Mike saying, stop shooting all over yourself. Amen, Mike. Amen. Stop shooting all over yourself. That's nothing but guilt that was given to you by someone. And I think your guest, Carlease, was talking about that. I heard her talking about the child brain and the subconscious brain, or the conscious brain, and how people planted seeds in our garden that didn't even belong there. You get to control what kind of seeds you plant in your garden, point blank. Pull all that other stuff out, because you don't know if tomorrow is coming. That's what I say. So let's have fun. Let's love the people that we have, and love people in our community. Like, I am so excited to learn how you do. And I can't wait to get Chasen's cookbook. I've been wanting to get that cookbook.
So good.
I'm wanting to get it. I'm wanting to get it. Not only just because of the cooking, but because of what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because of what he's doing. That's shining your lights. And every single one that is here with us today has a light to shine. And are shining their light. And I say, brighter, baby. All right, I'm done.
I love it. Kimberly, amazing. I appreciate you. I love, you just lit up when you started talking about love. And I can't thank you enough for joining the stage. I am so looking forward to see a video of you with that sword, by the way. And check out the comments, because we got some guys going back and forth telling me, yes, you can pack a sword as long as it's in a sheath. So they're going to give you some advice. Don't say Jackie told you to put a sword in there. Okay, I'm still going with the whole don't do it. Thank you so much, my friend. Make sure you go back into those comments. So much love for you in the comments, and put ways that they can connect with you and learn about your businesses too, okay? Feel free to unmute to say goodbye, and then I'll drop you down.
Sending love to every single one of your beautiful guests. Sending love to you again for extending this invitation and the work that you're doing. I cannot wait to learn more about the work that you continue to do. Again, shining your beautiful light, and just love people better. Love people better. Be a little kinder, and love, love, love better.
Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate you. Two ladies, so much energy, so much wanting to help you be better. Okay, guys, the world is hurting enough. There's enough people that are not very nice. There's enough people that are always out for just themselves. and they could care less who they hurt in the process or who they leave out and don't include. And you just heard from two amazing guests that their whole purpose is to try to get people happier and healthier. I mean, mentally healthier, physically healthy, all the things that deserve, equally deserved for each and every one of us. And like Kimberly was saying, the chance that we are just even breathing and living. I mean, I want you to think about it, okay? I'm no math or science person, but the chance that your biological humans created you and found each other with all the other billions of people in the world, the chance their biological parents found each other, the chance their biological people found each other, and theirs and theirs and theirs. It is just absolutely mind-boggling to realize how we were actually created. The chances, guys, use your life in the way that you can lift yourself up, and that's going to lift other people up. When you're struggling with your own self, again, if you do need to reach out to somebody, please contact your doctor, contact 988 if you're in United States or Canada, contact a counselor, contact a coach. There's so many great people you can reach out to if you're struggling, because if your brain is struggling, your body's probably struggling. If your body's struggling, your brain is going to have more stress, and you deserve to be happy and healthy and safe. And that looks different to all of us, especially depending on what part of the world we're in, what kind of age we're in, what kind of abilities we have. But you deserve to enjoy this life that you have. I want you to make sure to connect with the people that are in the comments tonight. So many great humans that are here. I just love it. I want to go back and check out some of them. Connect with Carlease and Kimberly. If you have not seen them around, check them out now. If you've seen them around, I hope you learned something new tonight. If you are interested in being a guest on Just Jackson Guests, I am booking into June. There's a handful of spots left in June. July is not completely wide open, but it's pretty close. I will find out hopefully next week about surgery potential dates, whether it's going to be in the end of June or July. That may have to have me shift a couple different things, but those of you that watch the 1 year special heard I have not missed a Monday live yet. So we'll see what happens, because the transplant will take place on a Monday morning. So I don't know what that's going to look like, and we will figure it out from there. But for right now, I am scheduling like normal. So reach out to me if you would like to be featured. You don't have to own a business. You don't have to talk about a certain subject, but you cannot come to this stage and disrespect other humans. That's just not allowed, because the world is a bigger, better place when we take care of it. And we take care of each other, and we get to realize just how much more alike we are than totally different. I am going to sign off with Bill's awesome outro, which is amazing. And then we will be going into anybody that's able to stay up or are still awake to join Bill's wind down night at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard, which started about a minute ago, which means I got to jump in there. Thank you guys. Next week, super cool. Great people coming. I will be posting that event before too long. I can't wait to see you all. Please take care of yourself and reach out to those ladies if you need some help. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. You could have been anywhere else, but you chose Just Jacks and Guests. Jackie Hallberg has left the building. The category is prison reform. Prison reform. The category is diversity. The category is women's rights. Thank you for joining. We appreciate your company. Thank you for coming through. Just Jacks and Guests. The category is equal rights. The category is inclusivity. The category is second chances. thank you for coming through. We appreciate your company. Thank you for joining us today.